Hi everybody, thank you for joining me here at Fruit of the Vine Art Studio. I'm Janet, and today we are going to paint a couple of little 6-inch sharks that I've got that I thought would be perfect to help celebrate Shark Week. Why not? Hey, that's always a fun week, and I know that lots of people enjoy watching, and I thought you might enjoy making some sharks. So, let me get you zoomed in and we'll get started. Let me scoot you up just a little bit there. That looks pretty good to me. There we are. Hey, let me see if I can pull it up on the computer. That way, when you hop on, I would love it if you would say, hey, hi, tell me where you're watching from. Just like to know who's out there with me, and then I'm on the right page. I've been filming early this morning, so I've been on a few different spots, and I just want to make sure I'm right where you need me to be and right where you're expecting to find me at noon on Saturdays. Here we are. Anyway, I've got these two really cute little fellas here, and I've already kind of penciled outlined how I'm going to paint them. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started painting. I'm going to be using dark blue and pale blue and a little bit of magenta and black and white. So, for this, I'm going to start with the dark blue, which will be very simple. I'm just going to paint the top half of both of them with a dark blue. Here, let me see if I can pull it up. I don't know what's going on here on the computer. There we go. Now I see it. There we go. Now I can see it. Let me get these guys over here to where you're actually seeing them. Let's take the dark blue, and we're going to do the top half of each of the two designs using this dark blue. And yes, I know that sharks generally are not blue. They're more of a gray color. But I want to have a little fun with it, so I'm going to make my little sharks dark blue and pale blue. Just for the fun of it. And I'm leaving a little area underneath right there for both of it, for it to be the pale blue to show where the fins are coming out. Right along here. I should still be able to see my pencil lines once I get the paint on here. Pretty much so anyway. And these will just be fun and quick. Did you guys watch Shark Week this week? It's always, I don't know. Personally, I would not be able to get into no cage and get down in that water with any of them sharks. I know one time we went to Florida and we were in Daytona, and the sharks were swimming right where we were, and we didn't even know it until after we got out, and then they told us that there was sharks in the water, and it was like, oh my goodness. You know, I remember when I was young was when Jaws first came out, and I can remember going to the cinema to see that. And I'd never been to the ocean in my life at that point. I hadn't experienced what it was like to be at the ocean. And that thing scared the holy heck out of me, y'all. I'm telling you. That was terrifying watching that movie as a child and seeing, you know, those people. There's that swimmer and that big old shark just come and whoop. Nope, that terrified me, I think, for life, honestly. It scared me of the shark. And I realize it's just another sea creature and they have to live too, but boy, I'm telling you, anything like that thing from Jaws, no, no, no. I know it was a machine. We even went to Universal Studios, and they had the Jaws ride down there. And that was still, even when it popped up out of the water, it was still enough to just be like, oh no, it just takes you back. You're just not ready for it. Just not expecting that at all. I'm going to put a little bit more just to darken it up a little bit. Tilting sideways to where I can see it a little better. There we go. Want a nice thick coverage on it. There, he's going to have a little smile, as you can see. He's a happy little shark. He's a happy little shark. We're going to paint the sides. You always want to paint your sides to protect it from the element if you're planning on putting this like on your door or something like that. And a lot of times you paint the back too, but that's totally up to you if you want to do that. I'm not going to paint the back while we're here. But you can always paint the back when we're finished with this. But I do want to get all around the edges. But as I was saying, nope, not me. You are not putting me in any kind of a cage in the water with the sharks, having them come up and yeah, it could be interesting, I suppose. Could be interesting, all right. Could make me have a heart attack, probably. I wouldn't be able to make it. I'm too chickeny when it comes to stuff like that. Big sharks scare me. The teeth on that? Whoa. Those are true teeth, eh? I used to have a shark tooth necklace, though. I did have that. That, you know, once their teeth are out of their mouth and hanging on a cord, I'm all fine with that. That's perfectly fine. All cool and dandy, buddy. But when it's chomping on its mouth, no. I'm going to set him down just like that and start working on this next little fella. Smooth that down just a bit. I can see it from here. There, that's better. All right, let's get this little guy going. Now, this one is not a great white. I'm not exactly sure what he is. A little bottlenose shark, maybe? I don't know. He's got a rounded tip on his nose. But we're going to give him the same colors as the other one. And I think it'll look just perfectly fine. We're going to have a couple of sharks. You can paint them on the backside too. Put a little hole in their head, hang them on a string, and make yourself a mobile. That would be neat. Maybe there's a manta ray and a few other ones. I could hang a whole bunch of them together and make myself like a ocean animal wind chime. Except it wouldn't chime, it's just wood. But you know what I mean, decorative. Decorative chime. It'd be wood, all right. But it wouldn't chime. Let's get a little more on this fin right here. Turn him around this way a little bit. This comes all the way over to right there. They got jet black eyes, but we're going to give ours just a little bit of white on the tip of his eyes. So he'll look more like a character than an actual shark. I'm not trying to make it to like an actual shark. I wouldn't be using dark blue, would I? No. As we know, they are not dark blue. But I do like that color. Alright, now let's get it around the edges, just like we did with the other one. Now, if you do something like this and decide to make a mobile, I definitely suggest that you paint the backside too. In fact, you could give him a whole other look on the other side. You could have him, instead of smiling on this side, he could have his teeth showing on the other side. That would be neat. Shark attack! Let's get this. I'm trying to see if I'm getting it on both sides there. Yeah. Right along through here. These are fun for the kids to paint. Kids always love painting these things. Cool sharks and manta rays and all kinds of sea creatures, crabs and lobsters. There's lots of different ones that we could be painting, and lots of different wooden shapes that are offered that we could get. Just depends what you like to paint. Me, I like to paint everything, so I'm not too picky when it comes to that part. You want to paint this? Certainly I do. I want to paint everything. I want to paint all the stuff. All the stuff I want to paint. There we go. Can I touch him up there? Yes, I can. Good. I'm gonna do this little fin here. On this side too. There we go. Right across the top of that. Now we're going to switch them off again. Rinse my brush and get out some light blue. And this is just pale blue. The other one was just called dark blue. This one's called pale blue. So they don't have special names like pool blue and midnight or anything like that. It's just pale blue and dark blue. And they are both Craft Smart paint. Okay. Rinse that brush. And we'll start painting the light blue on the bottom half. Oops. I just got a little bit right here. And that part of his tail. And then I can just hit it right in between here. Right around there. I'm just getting this little underbelly, which is exactly what I'm doing, painting the underbelly. The shark's underbelly is a lighter color than the top of him. Just bring this right up here at the bottom. And then just bring this right across through here. And get this along the edge. There. This is the inside of that fin, so that's going to be a lighter color. And get it around the inside of him. There we go. through here. Along this inner edge here. And right underneath his nose. Leave him a spot for a smiley face. Sorry, I forgot to turn off my notifications again, guys. Once again, my phone is beeping and flipping and trying to alert me to something. Okay, so now he's painted. We gotta put his little smile and his eye on him. Let's get this little guy up here. Let me turn him around. There we go. And we're just going to work on getting his little underbelly covered too. There's a hair on him right there. There we go. Get that out of there. Right in through here. Just make a little curve right there on that piece. Celebrating Shark Week. Tell me, would you get in the cage? Would you? Would you get in the cage with the sharks? I mean, I just can't see it. I'm too chicken. I wouldn't be able to stay down there. I'd use up all my oxygen within moments, freaking out, probably hyperventilating. That'd be my luck. And then right here, along this little bit right here. Oop, turn loose of that. My eye's itching. Tilt that up and get this along the bottom. Hold still. Be jerking back and forth like that. There we go. Now all we need to do is get a dot of white and put in his eye, and then put a dot of black on it, and then give him a red smile, and I think he's done. They're done. There we go. Let me rinse this off real good. Let's get the white. Right around this eye here. Just like that. Bring this around the top here and down. There we go. Rinse that off. Dip into the magenta. And we're just going to give him a big old smile. Like that. Give him one too. Just like that. Get me a little bit of black. That's my brush here. little bit of black here. Gonna fill in his eye. There's that one. Fill in this one. There we go. Hold this straight up and we're just going to kind of draw in some gills. 1, 2, 3. There you go. And there we have it. A couple of sharks for Shark Week. Wasn't that fun? Ooh. Ha! I think they turned out great. Just cute little sharks to celebrate Shark Week. Thanks for joining me today, guys. I appreciate it. We'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.